Hello. Is that better? I feel like that's better. Hello, hello. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? I feel like that's better. Is that better? Boom. I feel like that's better. Hello, everybody. How you doing? 10-4 rubber duck. Can someone just get in the chat and just tell me if that's better? I think that's working. Loud and clear. Thanks very much, Matt Hall. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Late Night Live. Obviously, normally do these on a Friday, but tomorrow everyone's going to be out and about, so it's going to be better to do it tonight. I've missed one thing, actually. Where's my little magic remote control? Ready? Hey, there we go. Right, let me turn these lights off. I'm going to pour a beer and we'll have a chat. It's all a bit... That's better. Finally. Boom, boom. Let's get some comments then. Brad Evans was bang on the money. Oi, oi. Hello, Brad. How you doing, mate? No audio. Yeah, I know. Nightmare. Sorted. Chris says, oi, oi, you too. How you doing, Chris? I hope you're well, mate. Obviously, Chris was in a bit of a situation. He had a bit of a heart attack, didn't you, Chris? So I hope you're all right, mate. Always a red. Hey, Mark, loud and clear. Thank you, mate. Thanks. Welcome in, everybody. Matt Hall says 10-4 rubber ducky. Who else we got? Jack Bandit, how you doing, mate? Matt Hall, loud and clear, thank you. Jamie C, our new resident New Yorker, how you doing, mate? He's an Englishman in New York. I'm not a professional singer. Matt Hall says it's better, thank you, mate. Chris says, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, from the grave. Hope you're well, didn't miss me too much. Definitely better. Hello, everybody. Brad Evans says, ooh, look lights. Absolute bedlam. How you doing, mate? Evening, dude. Good evening, mate. Thanks for coming in. Chris, Mark, mate, if you want to send me the link, I'm happy to join in, mate. Give us 2 minutes because my phone's currently charging. It's off and it's over there. Give us 2 minutes for my phone to charge. And Graham says, hi there, nice hoodie. Yeah, do you like it? There you go, look. It's weirdly, I don't know if it picks it up on camera, but these I don't know if it picks it up, but this bit here, this long line here, it glistens. It's well jazzy. It's well jazzy. John's done a good job on these. On my way to PA, Philadelphia. There we go. Welshman. Damn. There's not a song for that, Jamie. I'm sorry, mate. How's everybody doing then? Obviously, we've got a 4-day weekend on the cards. I've got, if I move the camera, I've got a box of beer on a stand, and a stand that normally holds a vase. I'm a romantic, aren't I? The beer is from a brewery called, oh, dear me, let me get it in the glass. Actually, it's not even going to work. The beer is from a brewery called Bull of the Woods Brewing Company. They're a little brewery near me. I know them through the beer festival. So when I order all the beer and stuff, when I first started ordering beer for the beer festival, I used to buy it through them, and they were like, yeah, they were well sound. Seamus down there is a legend. Originally, it was two brothers that used to brew in the evenings. They had a tree surgery business, but Seamus is full time now, and he literally cannot sell enough of his beer. I've not poured this beer yet. This is the first time I've poured this beer. Just watch the condition on this beer; it should be insane. Oh Jesus! Even with this weird little top thing. Boom. There you go. This is like a session ale, and it's hopped with a hop called Pico or Pecco. Let me just refer to my Charles Farram hop guide. Pecco is an American hop, and it should taste of mint, melon, and pineapple, no less. There we go, see. Who's in? Chris says, no worries, mate. Just watching the rest of this Europa League. Rangers going through. It's good to see proper club in Glasgow and like that green and white shine. Thomas, how you doing, mate? Hi, people. Hi, Thomas. Chris says, on the Madrid lads, proper beer, absolutely phenomenal. Chris, is that actually a Madrid beer? Obviously, it's like Madrid. It's one letter short of beer, Madrid. Is that actually a Madrid beer? Because you were in Madrid, weren't you? Absolute lunatic. Winter Beer Reviews, Thomas says, 4-day weekend. Nobody told me. Thomas, you're a farmer, aren't you? So, yeah, you don't have days off, mate. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be rubbing it in. Nice curtains, Mark. Very posh. Are you hosting some Condime with me or something? Mate, do you like them? Paul's Beer Reviews was in love with them last night. In love with them. Thomas says, please report and dislike the stream. Absolutely. What a load of rubbish. Cheers, everybody. Like I say, this is a session ale hot with Pecco. 4.2% from my local brewery, Bull of the Woods. Absolute legends they are. Boom. Yeah, it's really nice. Lovely minty freshness, weirdly, at the end. But yeah, how's everybody's week been? What have I been up to this week? Oh, my daughter's had COVID, 5 months old, 5.5 months old. She's had COVID. It's been an absolute nightmare. She's right now. She's getting better, but she's been really quite bad with it. Yeah, it's been the nights have been long, guys. Let me tell you. Jack Bandit's on an elderflower IPA. How about that, mate? That sounds banging. There's a brewery near me. We've actually just signed it up for the beer festival this year. They do an elderflower pale ale, and it is lovely. So yeah, only elderflower beer I've ever had, knowingly. Chris says, mate, that Madrid that was on my story was on draft. Unfortunately, it's brewed by Coors. However, the Madrid in Madrid is the proper gear, and it's unreal. There you go. Matt Hall says, beer looks lovely. Mate, honestly, it's a bag in box, and it's looking pretty decent. But right, lads, tell me what, or say lads and ladies, because I'm sure we get some ladies in. Tell me what you're doing this Easter. My Easter's going to be pretty dumbed down, I think, because of the baby having COVID, and my wife thinks she's still got it. But yeah, I have to get out in the car. I filmed a video today in the car. For those of you who don't know, I've got a Westfield. It's like a Caterham 7 kit car. We're going to go on some beery adventures in that. So I've got it out the garage today. Got it back on the road, and yeah, there you go. Chris says the UK Madrid is still good though, no complaints. Chris says, for fuck's sake, hope your daughter's okay. COVID isn't a joke, mate. It's pretty rank, especially obviously she's not vaccinated, and I don't really know like all this vaccination politics, whatever. It doesn't matter really to me, but she's not vaccinated, and yeah, she was really, really bad with it for a couple of days. Kenny Joe says, all the best to you and your family, Mark. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I really do. And welcome to the stream, Kenny. Jamie says, it does look like a nice tipple, mate. Yeah. Their beers are banging. I tried to ask him today. I was like, what do you do to condition your beers like that? And he was like, brewer's secret, mate. Can't tell you. I was like, you bugger. Not that I'd know what to do with it anyway, because I'm not a brewer. But yeah, what's everybody's plans? I'm just going to go on WhatsApp. Boom, there we go. Chris says, plans this Easter, ladies and gentlemen, to get smashed. Try not to have another heart attack. Take it easy, Chris, please. When you told me, like, oh, was it Wednesday when you messaged me? You're like, oh, I'm going to Madrid. I was like, God, mate, just take it easy, please, out there. Yeah, because it's the heart attacks are no joke, mate. I'm going to turn this light down. I look like I've been. That's better. That's so much better. Going Wembley Sunday for FA Cup final, Chelsea versus Palace, mate. As a Charlton fan, I really hope you win. I really hope you win, mate. I really do. Jamie C says, trying to do a bit of hiking this weekend. Nice, mate. Yeah, I bet it's well nice up there. Adirondacks, upstate New York. Nice. But see, you've just got it all out there. Like over here, like we've got some good hiking, don't get me wrong, but Americans just have it better, don't they? Chris asked, Jamie C, how's New York? I binge watched that show, You, on Netflix while in hospital, and it's based in New York. There we go. What's everybody drinking tonight? Like I say, I'm on a Woodstock from Bull of the Woods. Really quite nice. Matt Hall says, my youngest is turning 18, so taking him out for his first legal pint. Quality, mate. Quality. I bet you're feeling quite old buying your youngest a pint. That's insane. Chris says, mate, been to America once, LA, never again, full of dogs. That's just the women. No, America. I love America. Absolutely love it. I've got loads of family in Chicago, and we've been to me and my wife. We've been to obviously Chicago, Vegas, San Francisco, Miami, Key West. Love it, mate. Absolutely love it. Right. I'm gonna. I think I won't ask you about this, Matt, because I've got this beer to review next week. Tiny Rebel Chunky. It said hard shake on the can. I thought, what the hell is a hard shake? Is it like one of those hard seltzer things? Um, Literally like a milk. I wonder if it was milkshake with just alcohol put in it. But yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I've got to review it this weekend. Matt, his first pint, mate. Wow. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Matt says he's only 40. Matt Hall says I'm only 42. I know, mate, but you'll feel like you're 62 when your son turns 18. Winderby Reviews Thomas says, Matt, make sure it's an impy stout. Oh, for his first pint, you savage man, Thomas. Matt says daughter was 21 this year. There you go. Chris says 42. Yeah, 42 stone, Matt. Oh, Chris dealing out the damage already. We're only a couple of minutes in. Chris says, get on the dragon soup. I still haven't seen it, mate. I've been keeping an eye out for it. Where can you get dragon soup? If you've ever had this dragon soup drink, anybody, tell me where you can get it, because I do need to get it. Matt Hall says it's like a chocolate porter. Okay, that makes more sense. Chris says, Jamie says, Chris, I live upstate and we have some great scenery. Not that you will look out for it. Matt says, okay, it's a bit thin. Oh, here we go. Philby Trills in. He's probably absolutely gutted because he started on Steve's stream at like 2:00. I was sitting down on my sofa. I just finished work for the day. Nice little early finish, and it popped up. Stuntman Steve's Tavern was live. I was like, what? And it was Phil and Steve have been on it since God knows how long. Oh, hold on. Trilby says, "Oof, I shouldn't have done that." Oh, you didn't do it when you were drunk. Oh no, I hate doing this. Right, if I have a few beers, and I mean a good few beers, I start looking at all my like nice beer that I've got for the channel, or all my nice beer that I'm savouring or saving for a special occasion. I start laying into it. I come down in the morning. I totally forget that I drunk it. I come down in the morning, and I'm just like beside myself. I'm like, no, you cracked into all your good stuff. Jamie Season's on 42 too. There we go. Chris knows me, says Matt Hall. Sean James, hello, mate. Rudy's Bar in Manhattan. You can't miss it. As a pig outside. There you go. Chris says, get liking the stream and hitting that sub button, you knobs. I'd appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button. What that does really, if you don't know, it just puts it out to more people. So we get more people in the stream, more people in the chat, and a bigger community, and more people in the late night bar. Chris says, Truby says, I wasn't drunk at the time. Lol, I bloody am now. At least you tried it sober, mate. What did you think of it? Do you remember much at the moment? Sharky's in A doing, mate. Trilby says, you still are. There you go. But Chris has shared this stream to my nan Mark. Hopefully your nan's into craft beer, Chris. Sharky says, hello, mate. Hello, Sharky. How you doing? Sharky, have you stopped for Easter now? How does America do this holiday thing if you're at work? Are you off tomorrow? I presume you are. Matt Halls, bars in the UK have pigs on the inside. No comment, mate. Sean James is not a real one, obviously. Just this random pig pen in the Manhattan. Trilby Phil says, Shark, are you stalking me? Could happen. Chris says, all the pensions will be after you, mate. They used to call me back in the day. I'm not even joking. They used to, back in school, they used to call me Mark the Mother Lover, because I always used to pull the old birds. I don't know why, but that was it. Mark the Mother Lover. Shouldn't have told you, because that's going to be a meme now. Chris says, cows in pubs in here in the UK. You know, Chris, didn't you? Sharky says, I don't get Good Friday off. Do normal people, listen to me, do other people get Good Friday off? How does it work? Because America, yeah, your holiday, the way you do your holidays is like really weird, isn't it? But yeah, I've got all 4 days off. Just going to plan on getting the car out, enjoying the sunshine. Going to go for a nice walk tomorrow with the 2 COVID patients upstairs, my daughter and my wife. There you go. That's kind of it. The man, the myth, the legend is in David Wilson. Hi all. Hello, David. You all right, mate? How's it going? Have you had a good week? I hope you got 4 days off, David. I hope you got 4 days off. Chris says, mate, don't worry when you send the link to me and I'll jump in. You're getting called the pensioner lover, Marcus. Good God, no. Sharky says some people may get it off if they ask for it. See, in the UK, it's kind of a standard. There's not a lot of people working tomorrow, mainly people in like service sectors like pubs and that, but generally everyone gets it off. Chris says, David, how's you? Sharky says, hey, David, I'm going to go and get my phone because my phone's probably charged by now because it ran out of battery because I was watching other streams on YouTube. Oh. Oh. Here we go then. Right, we've got 11 people in. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. I'm sure all of you are subscribed anyway. But yeah, if you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. That just pushes the live out to other people and we get more people in, which is awesome. David Wilson, it says, okay, Tar, hey, 4 days off. How's you? Yeah, mate, I'm all good. I've had a bit of a week with the kids, with my little daughter, though. She's had COVID this week, so my wife's got it and she caught it from her. So it's been a bit late nights, you know. You can't do right from wrong. You know, all the rest of it. Chris says, go on, Mark, get that link sent. I will, mate. I'm just firing up my phone now. Look, just firing up my phone. But yeah, it's been a right old week of it over here. And I'm obviously dealing with all the van insurance stuff as well, which has just been a nightmare. Someone hit my van last week. So everyone's... It's been a weird couple of weeks, actually. Really weird couple of weeks. I'm telling it's like down even more because I'm sort of oversaturated. There we go. Here we go. Makes me look more tanned and handsome. Nah. Probably not. I need to turn the lights off for that to happen. Chris says, streams on YouTube. You sure about that, Mark? I try my best, mate. You know what I'm like. Right, I start my phone up. And Chris, you can talk us through your week because you've had a bit of a week of it, haven't you? Chris said, heard you've been watching Bake Off since you like the pensioners. Bake Off and Songs of Praise me, mate. David says, how's the little one doing? Yeah, she's getting better, thank you, mate. What was the really bad night? Monday night was a really bad one. That was really bad. It was like no sleep, literally. Like she was all right all the while we were holding her. You put her down and she was just crying, bless her. Because I think in COVID in kids, it comes out as like gastro. So it's like farting and burping and all the rest of it. So I think she's probably a bit of trap wind and all sorts. So yeah, not good, not good. Chris, I'm just going to get you the link over now, mate. Where are we? Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Right. Let's just copy that in to there. So I'm just like the worst. I don't even have Instagram. Does Instagram even have a desktop version? I just don't have a clue. I literally don't have a clue. Let's get it over there. Copy. Instagram, Chris. Where is he? There he is. Boom. There we go. Right, I'm going to pour myself a little bit more of this beer. Really quite enjoying this. What's everybody drinking? David, you've normally got something good on the go. Trilby feels absolutely battered. David says, Dad then. A bit like Dad then, farting and burping. That's probably what it is, mate. She's not been ill at all. John's in. Oi, my Ewok mate. How you doing, John? You've had a busy week, haven't you? We was having a little chat yesterday. Yeah, John's van. My van got hit last week, and both of John's vans have been hit. 3.5 grand's worth of damage. Rotten. Absolutely rotten. Jesus, right. I'm going to turn the phone on silent, otherwise it's going to be an absolute nightmare. But yeah, how you doing, John? You had a good week, mate. Obviously, Kobe was taken ill, wasn't he, when we were at go-karting? Have you got any updates, mate? I think he's all right, isn't he? I hope he's all right. Dave Wilson says, Northern Monk OFS 067 Red IPA. Is that the one? Is that one of the fan patrons project beers? And here we go. We have the heart attack survivor. I don't know. He's going to tell you more. It's Chris. Hold on. Oh, there you go, mate.
How are you doing? Good. Yeah.
How are you, mate? You've had a bit of a week of it, haven't you?
I feel a lot better than I did last week, mate. That's for sure. I just felt, I don't know, mate. It was a weird one. It was a weird one because I recovered it after about 2 days after it, and then I know I thought I would. I thought it would take longer than that, but it was 2 days. I felt better. So I just thought, why not get back on it? I'm not one of those that likes to sit back and just have a rest. I like to get back into it. As you know, I went to Madrid on Tuesday for the Chelsea game, which is probably, I shouldn't have probably done that with the best of the times. But yeah, I mean, but I should have recovered, I think, longer. I should have probably just took a rest, but I'm all right. I'm fine. Saying that, give it an hour, I'll have a heart attack again, no doubt. I'm joking.
Don't say that, mate.
I won't.
So tell everybody that's in the chat. Obviously, a lot of people sending you well wishes last week. Was it actually a heart? What was it? Was it heart attack full on?
Yeah. So basically, how it happened was, I was working, and as you know, I'm a bricklayer, so there's a lot of heavy lifting, and heart attacks in 21-year-olds. It's like, it seems impossible, but I'm telling you, it can happen. I don't smoke. Like, I don't smoke. My diet, like I drink 3 litres of water a day. I don't eat that much junk food, so I'm alright. I'm not unhealthy, and I don't smoke, as I say. So, yeah, heavy lifting, and I just remember having a wheelbarrow, and it was full of bricks, and then I just felt this sharp pain shoot up my left arm, and then it was in my shoulder, and I remember holding it. I was like, "Wow, I'll be okay." 5 minutes, the pain just kept throbbing. I thought I pulled a muscle or whatever, and then I just remember collapsing to the floor and being breathless. And then obviously the ambulance came and they said, "Yeah, you had a heart attack, and you're lucky." Wow. So yeah, well, that's the way it is. I'm lucky, but
yeah,
you only live once. That's the way it is.
Man, that's scary. My dad had a heart attack when I was a kid. Now, yeah, it was the scariest thing for us as a family. It was just, honestly, it was like scary, probably scary. I've never been that scared in my life. Yeah, scary stuff.
Yeah,
scary
mate. It's not. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I wasn't just me on the site, because I'm lucky there was other people around me. But I mean, I don't want to sound dramatic, but I told you in the messages, Mark, if I didn't get the help at that time, I don't know if. I mean, I know it sounds dramatic saying it, but I mean, I don't know if I would be talking to you now. That's what I'm saying. That's how anything can happen. And having a heart attack at 21, it shouldn't happen, but it goes to show you it can. So just be careful out there, everybody. Yeah.
No, fair play, mate. Fair play. Fair play. Let's get some comments in. Jack Howard said, "What the hell is going on here then, mate? Just the usual. You know what we do." Hi, Dave Wilson says, "Hi, John." And John said, "And my exhaust is falling off the Citroen." He's got 3 vehicles. They've all got something wrong with them now. Look, absolute nightmare. Dave Wilson says, "Hi, Mr. H." Sharky says, "Mark, Johns were wrecked because your employees couldn't park them correctly." Yeah, dodgy car parks. You know what? You know how I do in car parks. Matt Hall says, "John." There we go. Jack Howard says, "Mr. Wilson, my brother." Let's get rid of this because I've got WhatsApps popping up now. Leave me alone. There you go. Thank you. John says about Kobe. Kobe is doing great. Hard trying to stop him bouncing around. Yeah, you said that on the phone, didn't you? So when we were at the go-karting, John's son got taken ill. Had all sorts of procedures. I say all sorts of procedures. It wasn't that bad. It was like had a procedure done. If John wants to say about it, he can. But that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, he's obviously
I hope he's doing well. Hope he's doing better.
John, how old is Kobe? I wouldn't even be able to place an age on him. I'm useless. Sharky says, "Hey, John at Lord's Brewing." David Wilson says, "OFS is Old Flax Store Projects." Thank you, mate. I haven't bought any beer direct from Northern Monk yet. I need to. I do need to. I've neglected them, really. John says, "Hi, David." Matt Hall. David says, "John, no spoilers. Want to see your Hoovy style video, lol." John says, "Sharky, legend." John also says, "Okay, David." And John says to you, Chris, he said, "Holy crap, Chris, glad you're okay." Yeah, scary stuff. Really scary stuff. David's asked Chris, what follow-ups do you have to undergo following the heart attack?
Well, I've got to go back it's Wednesday next week. It's nothing, it'll be nothing major. It's just to check like my blood pressure and, check if everything's all right. If like my heart's beating okay and stuff like that. I would imagine you would need to do more checkups if you had like an operation, but I was just basically resting and taking it easy, and obviously under surveillance with the nurses and stuff. So yeah, I've got a check next Wednesday, so it'll be my blood pressure and whatever else to do. But yeah, and with nothing major. Just basically the best thing you can do after having it is resting, and don't do what I done unless you love your football team and go and look at Madrid and whatever else. But I wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't
Nah,
recommend
man.
it. No, no.
What was I going to say? Where have you got to go? Is it St Thomas's?
Yeah, yeah. Next Wednesday, mate. Next Wednesday.
Yeah, my dad had to go to St Thomas's.
And obviously, I mean, I'm going to have to lie. I'm going to lie and say, if they say, have you been resting? I'm going to say yes. Because obviously, if I say if I went to Madrid and had a few drinks, obviously it's not going to. So I'm just, yeah, I've been resting, yes. Watching Netflix, yeah, of course.
Just watching some football, mate, in the stadium, 2,500 miles away. John says, hi, Jack Howard. He also says, in reference to Kobe, he's 9 and a totally brilliant young man. So funny and very clever. And I can vouch for that. I was actually going to say, is he about 12? Because he is a very clever boy. John's asked you, Chris, what do you think caused it? Well, what do they think caused it?
Well, what I think caused it is the fact is it's just I'm working non-stop. And as I say, I'm a bricklayer. So I'm obviously constantly heavy lifting. The only thing I don't know why is because I'm 21. So, I mean, as you say, having a heart attack at 21, it shouldn't happen. But as it says, it does. So I reckon it's because I've been heavy lifting and it was just probably overworked myself that day. And it's probably been a mixture of my diet. And then two things come together. And that's the way it is.
There you go, mate.
But you never really know. You never really know with these things, do you? What is the main cause, unless there's a clear factor. But yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, scary stuff. Sid Cannon says to you, mate, get well soon, Scottish Chelsea fan.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers for the wishes.
Obviously, one of your teams is in the Champions League semis and the other isn't.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Did you watch the game? Madness.
I saw the highlights.
It was a mad game. Like, I'll be honest, right? So I went over to Madrid and I was confident. I was confident we were going to win, but I wasn't confident we were going to get through. But as the game went on, I was thinking to myself, yes, we can do it. And Chelsea done way more than enough to go through. It was just that assist from Modric. Wow.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's what's obviously Madrid are through. So congratulations to them. I mean, I'm not going to be one of them. We should be through now. Madrid are through. Fair play. And congratulations to Sid's team. You never slipped up like you normally do. And congratulations for reaching the semi-final. Well done, mate. Well done.
Oh, you've gone there. So what are you doing this? What are you doing this Easter, Chris? You got much on, mate?
Tomorrow, I don't really know, mate. All I know is I'm going to Wembley on Sunday. Probably have a few drinks. Probably not tomorrow. I don't want to overdo it. Probably have a few drinks Saturday night. Tomorrow, just have a relax. There's games on tomorrow. Just a few championship games and stuff. So, yeah, just take it easy, mate. Nothing major. Yeah. What about you?
I'm going to try and get out and about. The wife's been locked up with the baby for a good few days now, so we're going to try and go out for a nice walk away from everyone. Obviously, we've got loads of where we live down in South Norfolk. There's just tons of walks around here, so we're going to go out, have a nice bit of outside time. Get into some chocolate this weekend, mate. I reckon.
Yeah, of course, stuff. Yeah,
it's quite funny because, like, obviously, my daughter, she's only 5.5 months old. She can't have a lot of chocolate, so all the grandparents are bringing around Easter eggs, and it's
you're getting on, mate. Yeah.
Thank you, Nanny. But yeah, just a bit of that. David Wilson says, Mark, he's supposed to be chilling. I know, mate. I know. Tell me about it. David Wilson, on this comment, right? When Chris, you sent me a picture, didn't you, of your passport?
Yeah. No, yeah, it was on my story. Yeah.
Oh, your story, sorry, yeah. And I was like, Chris, what the F are you doing, mate? Can't keep a good dog down now.
Yeah, you know what was weird, right? It was because it was in the Friday, and I got out the Monday. I got out the Monday because I was fine. I was supposed to get out the Tuesday, but I was fine. I was ready to leave. And you know that first, when you've not had a pint. I mean, it wasn't a long time. It was only like 4 days. But when you don't have a pint for a bit of time, and you just, I mean, it was San Miguel. And I mean, I don't mind San Miguel, it's all right. But that first, I was refreshed. I was like, yes, party mode. Let's go. Party mode, let's have it.
I'll tell you what, mate, I'd have probably next can of Foster's if I had to, if I walked out of the hospital after 4 days, mate. Honestly. John says to you, Chris, well, I'm glad you're still with us, Chris. Take it easy and try and pace yourself. Yes, John. I think John's getting the vibe here, yeah, for sure.
Don't overdo it. Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to overdo it. But Marco Polo, how's Charlton doing these days? How's your team?
We had a good win. We beat Rotherham. We had a good win at the weekend, last weekend. Who have we got this weekend? I'm so out of the loop because if I've had such a mad week. But we're doing all right, mate. We won't go up. We won't go down. I don't think we can go up, and I don't think we can go down now. So it's another year in League One. But yeah, just kind of it'd be nice to sort of set up the season. Do you know what I mean? We need to.
Yeah, but the thing is with the likes of Everton. I've seen some Everton fans on Twitter say, "Ah, it'll be good to go down." The thing is though, when you go down, it's never certain you're going to go back up. So I don't know why they're wishing to go down. To be fair,
Everybody says this. I said it. I remember saying it at the time. It'd be good to go down, push the reset button, mate. It's hard.
Yeah,
like
you're stuck in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's the quality in the Championship now is insane. I mean, look at Mitrovic. How many goals has I think Mitrovic?
I think it's
scored?
36 in 36 games. Yeah.
Like the quality is insane. Like,
but then he'll
it's
go
not
to the Premier League
guaranteed.
next season and flop. Well, not a flop, but he'll struggle because he's done it before. I don't know about Mitrovic. I can't see him replicating the same numbers, but we'll see. Every season's different, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's different, mate. I'm just going to get this one quickly whilst John says, right, I need to get some sleep. I'm off for a walk in the morning. Love you all. John, thanks so much for coming in, mate. We love you to bits, and have a great Easter if I don't speak to you, mate.
Have a good one, John. Have a good one, mate.
But yeah, it's hard to get out the leagues, mate. It's like, honestly, like you look at what we did. We fell like a stone, you know. We couldn't get out of the Championship. Went down
Leeds,
again.
Look at Leeds.
Look at Leeds. I mean, look at teams like Bradford,
Bolton.
It's hard. It's a hard. It's
Nottingham
a hard
Forest.
It's. Have you seen them? They're third.
I know. That's, you know what, right? My mate supports Forest, right? And I said to him, because they were under, what's his name? Chris Houghton? What's his name? Chris. Anyway, right? Chris, I forget his second name, and they were under his, obviously, before Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper came in.
Yeah,
Steve Cooper came in, and I honestly could not believe, because they were near the bottom, weren't they? And now, as you say, they're third in the Championship. What a job he's done!
Honestly, they were looking like they were going to go down.
Yeah. Steve Cooper, mate, he got sacked by Swansea. The Swansea fans are saying he's rubbish. Are you mad? Look, he's down at Forest.
Yeah, exactly. Good managers don't become bad overnight, do they? David Wilson says, "What are you drinking, Mark?" I am drinking this bad boy. It's a 9-pint box of Woodstock. It's a session ale at 4.2%, hopped with Pico, an American hop that produces melon. What was it? Let me just.
How's it tasting, mate? How's it tasting? Is it nice or?
It's banging. It has got this like minty fragrance right at the back. It's lovely. Where are we? Mint, melon, and pineapple. No, hold on. Yeah, mint, melon, and pineapple. It's really quite nice. There's a good bitterness in there as well, which is lovely.
That Madry's everywhere though, mate, isn't it? It's taken over, mate. It's everywhere.
It's become like. Do you remember when Moretti first burst on the scene? Everyone was drinking Moretti. I feel like everyone's drinking Madry now.
Hop House 13 as well. That was the big one as well, wasn't it, when it came out?
Yeah, it's only because Guinness slammed it in every bar.
It's rubbish. I don't like Hop House anyway.
No, I didn't at all. Dave says, "Take care, John." Absolutely. Jamie C says, "Hoping for another couple of wins for Port Vale, and hopefully we'll be playing you in the League One." Are you up in there? Are you up in the Are you up in those sort of spaces? Are you? Let's have a wee look. Where are we? England, Port Vale. Isn't that Robbie Williams' team randomly?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
League 2. Yeah, mate. You're going to get promoted. It looks like you're going to get promoted. Oh, mate, we'll see you there. David Wilson says, "Hi, Jamie C. Il Corvo says, Sunderland stuck in League One. Mate, look at Sunderland. A club the size of Sunderland cannot get out of League One. It's insane. Like it's just the money's really starting to trickle down, and it's getting harder for those other teams to.
That's what I'm saying. I know it's rich me saying that there should be a cap being a Chelsea support, but I think realistically there should be a cap. And where the cap I think should come in is not in terms of buying players, but I think in terms of wages, because the wages are getting absolutely ridiculous. I mean, my club, for example, Danny Drinkwater's on 120 grand a week. He's playing for Reading. Reading's at the bottom of the Championship, and the Reading supporters are calling for his head. So that's what I'm saying. So many players that are so average. They're not even Premier League level. They're so average. They're getting paid a living. They're getting paid there should be a cap on the wage, in my opinion. But
my thing is right with it all is all the money in football ends up coming from the consumer. So all the Sky money, that's because your Sky got put up £5 a month. Or do you know what I mean? It all has to come in from somewhere, and it's always the consumer at the bottom level. So when these players come in like Danny Drinkwater on 120 grand a week, there's only one person, or I say one person. There's one type of person that's paying for that, and that's the sports fan,
100%.
the Chelsea fans. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, look, yeah, like I mean, it's not even that. It's like academy players. Look, that's what I'm saying. There should be a cap. Like there should be a level where you're saying, look, you're not getting this on a contract. Like let's just say the cap has 200 grand a week. That's steep. But in today's market, it seems acceptable compared to when you're looking at players on 350 grand a week, and then you've got clubs like Bury going out of business. It doesn't work well, in my opinion. I think there needs to be a cap on the wages, but I don't see it happening. So I just see football. It'll just be the richer getting richer. And me being a Chelsea supporter, I don't like that because I want it to be not a level playing field, but I want to see the lower league sides do well. And in an essence of competing, getting into the Premier Leagues and pushing. I don't want to see teams coming into the Premier League like Norwich and just stinking the place out left, right, centre. So it's never going to happen though. The richer are going to get richer and the poorer are going to go out of business or just stay in the leagues they're in.
I agree. David Wilson says, unusual combination, sounds interesting. Yeah, melon, pineapple and mint. It's kind of funny because it's really fresh melon at the start, and then that turns into sweet pineapple quite quickly. That lingers for a bit and it's just sweet. It's just mint. So I literally have this kind of nice mentho aftertaste. It's really quite a nice beer. Jamie C says, yep, Rob Williams' team. There you go. I see I've got all the knowledge about the Z-listers. Il Corvo says, Danny Drinkwater. What a mental transfer that was. Yeah, wasn't it? He had like one good season.
What it was because Conte obviously came in and they obviously bought Kante, which I completely understand. But then he was obviously looking for that Leicester kind of midfield kind of combination with Drinkwater and Kante. It never worked, obviously. And look at Danny Drinkwater. He'd rather be a model than a football player. So that's Danny Drinkwater for you, mate. He's a waste of time.
There we go. You've heard it from the horse's mouth as a Chelsea fan. Il Corvo says Chelsea subsidising 98% of that 100%. Wage. Then yeah,
100%. Our wage bill, Mark. No disrespect, but our wage bill probably equates to more than your first team's value. Yeah, that's how mad it is, and second team. So yeah, it's madness. It's absolute madness.
I totally agree. Jamie C, mate, you've got a massive point here. The Germans seem to have the best system. The club has to live off its revenue and not just oligarchs or sheikhs buying the league. I totally agree. And doesn't a club in Germany have to be 51% fan owned as well or something?
Yeah, that's what. Remember the Super League, right? The Super League.
Yeah.
That's why Bayern went involved because of the 51% of the fans saying, "Are you mad?" But the thing is, that's their league, that's their system. Like, if you're trying to tell me that the Premier League, they changed the rules left, right, centre anyway, and said that offsides, handballs, etc. They're never going to change this. The Premier League are loving the Middle Eastern people, the oligarchs. We won't see another oligarch. Roman was the last one. But hey ho, I mean, people are slagging off Roman now, but where was this in 2003 when he bought Chelsea? There was no word of it. But now all of a sudden the Tories are trying to play the nice guys. But they've been accepting donations for years. But that goes down to another rabbit hole, doesn't it, in terms of politics and all that.
Oh, mate, who knows, mate? Honestly, there's if there's one thing I'm not interested in, it's politics.
Yeah, it's madness.
But on the German thing, do you remember it was something like they talked about season tickets or something, and it was Franz Beckenbauer from Bayern Munich. I think he's one of the technical directors there. And he said, someone said, your season tickets for a season are £350. They're capped at 350 euros. And they said, why are they so cheap? And Franz Beckenbauer said something like, fans aren't there to be milked like cows. We talk millions in 2 seconds over a transfer. So why would we not just talk about giving fans value or something? It was like a really good statement.
Well, you know what, Mark, as well, right? In this country, right, in England, I'm talking about England. I'm not talking about the Scottish leagues, and I'm talking about England, Premier Leagues and Championships, etc. Right, League One, League Two, non-league, right? So, right. I mean, everything seems to be going up, right? So the gas, electricity, the petrol seems. I mean, they've got a cheek to blame the petrol situation on Russia. They always had that planned anyway. So everything's going up. Right, everything's going up, food prices, etc. So for me, it's getting to the point where it's like, I think football owners need to look at the bigger picture and say, you know what, they need to look at the social issue here and say, you know what, fans are coming to football, watch the games for an escape. And as an escape during the coronavirus, mate, when everyone was locked down, I didn't know what to do with myself because football wasn't there. So I think to myself, what am I going to watch? I'm going to watch highlights on YouTube, and it was
Yeah.
boring. There needs to be, I think, owners, billionaires, and that's what I'm saying. Billionaires, they don't care, do they? But I think they need to look at the bigger picture and lower the ticket prices. In my opinion, everything's going up. Lower the ticket prices for the fans. It's the right thing to do.
It does seem strange that these players are on exit. I remember who was the first player to earn 100 grand a week? Was it Rooney?
Probably, yeah.
And I remember thinking £100,000 a week. What is that?
It wasn't even that long ago. Remember
No,
Pogba for 89 million? 89 million Pogba, 89 million. I think that's mad. But now when you're seeing players going for 140 million, it's like, where does it stop? Like, are we going to see the first £1 billion player? Seriously, you know.
In our lifetime we will, 100%. But the thing is, when the squeeze is on everybody else, the squeeze is on you and me. Everything's going up, like you say, and transfer fees are going up. But we pay it as fans. Like, we pay it in our TV subscriptions. We pay it in our season ticket prices. The food and beer at the counters at the football. We pay their wages.
So, Mark, can I ask you a question, mate? Right. So, how much would it be for you to buy the brand new Charlton shirt when it comes out? How much would it be?
I think they're up to about 50 quid now.
Even that for a League One club, and no disrespect, but what Chelsea's about, I mean, we've got Nike and we've got it's Chelsea, so it's a Premier League club, so it's going to be what, 120 quid for a shirt. That is
£120.
That's for a home shirt of Chelsea, yeah.
Ooh.
Sponsors and whatever else you want on it. Names on by the way, a name on the back. It's like a fiver, like on the name of the back. If I wanted Thiago Silva, for example, that would be an extra 20 quid. So you're looking at 140 quid plus the name.
There's a team that kept their shirt for next season, so the fans don't feel like they have to go about and buy another shirt.
Brentford, I think it was, yeah.
Brentford.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. We've got enough money already. They understand. They're in touch. Right, let's get a couple of comments. Il Corvo says, but the revenues of the big six clubs itself is a house of cards. Rich owners have always propped up clubs and given them a leg to compete. Absolutely, I couldn't agree. Hello, Parzival, sorry. Hello, mate. Cheers and happy Easter from Germany.
Big
happy
up Germany.
I don't think I've seen you before, mate. So thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And we were just talking about German football as well as you entered, so that's perfect. Disco's in, hello, mate. He says, good to hear you, Chris. Hope you're doing okay.
Thanks, mate. Good to see you back, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to send Disco a link because we had a really good stream the other night, me and Disco. If you can, Disco, obviously, jump on. If you can't, no dramas, mate, but the link's there for you. Jamie C says, I paid 40 quid in a discount for the Port Vale away shirt.
That's a discount. 40 quid.
That's insane, isn't it? It's just not sustainable. And the thing is, you've got these working families. I mean, I remember I was so lucky, right? I was so lucky. My uncle owned a big percentage of Charlton Athletic when we were... He bought the club. He was one of the guys that bought the club back, and he owned it, or he owned a big percentage of the club right up until about 2014. And we used to get discounts and free shirts and stuff like that. I was so lucky.
Yeah,
but had we not had that, my mum and dad couldn't afford to buy me a new shirt every year.
No, but the thing is, Mark, right? So look, I'm okay. I'm okay money wise because I work a well-paid job, but I'm thinking about the other people because I'm thinking about people. As I say, prices of everything going up, right? They've got a family, they've got kids, so the kids will be, I want that home shirt, I want the away shirt, or they've got third shirts now, haven't they? So I want the third shirt. Maybe some kids will want all three. That, like, the prices of it needs to be lowered, in my opinion. I mean, it's okay for someone that's well off, like me, with money, etc. But if you've got someone that cannot, and I mean, the government are just taking the absolute out of everybody. They're taking the absolute, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say it. I don't want to swear on the channel, mate. But they're laughing at everybody. And the prices of working families that are on benefits or whatever, and football, as I say, is an escape. And I mean, it's just the money situation is getting out of hand. It really is.
The thing is, football was always the working man sport. You know,
it was the rich man sport, apparently. It was the rich man sport.
And now it's far from it, absolutely far from it. And the working man's propping up multi-millionaire footballers that can't get out of bed because they feel tired, when they can't go training. David Wilson says, hi, Disco. And Disco says, hi, David Wilson. Disco, I've sent you a link, mate, if you want to come in. If you don't, no dramas. I fully understand. But yeah, so how are you doing in the league, Chelsea? You're not anywhere near the title race, are you? There's just City and Liverpool in it, really now.
How Chelsea's doing is we've kind of solidified that third position. Like I said it from time and time again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, basically, we've solidified the third position, and we've had a. I don't think a club's ever had a madder season like we've had. But I mean, every situation when it's been Tuchel with his personal life, or the manager, the ownership situation,
Yeah.
players, COVID, etc. And now, yeah, we've solidified the third position. Chelsea's only issue isn't the first team. The first team's fine. The first team's fine to compete with anybody. We've got squad depth, but it's poor. That saying quality over quantity doesn't exist for Chelsea. I mean, we've got quantity over quality. We've got so many players out on loan that are just not doing it. So for me, Chelsea, and Tuchel will know this anyway, Chelsea's big thing will have to improve the quality of this team. Because when we take a player off and bring a player on, they'll not have an impact. Compare that to Liverpool and City. When they take a player off, they bring on a player that can make an impact and it's quality. And this is the issue. This is the issue with Chelsea. So we need to bring in. We need to improve the quality of the squad. And
It's insane.
I'm sick of the passengers in the team, mate. There's so many passengers at Chelsea that are just willing to take, and I don't blame them. If you get offered 120 grand a week for doing nothing, you're going to take it. So I don't blame the players. I just blame them not having the, you know what to play for the team. If you put on a shirt, whatever club it is, if you put on a football shirt, you play for the badge. You don't play for your bank account, you play for your badge. But unfortunately, football's just full of models, isn't it, nowadays?
It's insane. Like, I mean,
Mark,
it's insane.
imagine if you were an Everton supporter, yeah, and your striker, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's been absolutely horrendous this season, who's your main goal source, is modelling for Gucci, and you're in a relegation battle. How would you feel? That's what I'm saying. Football is a joke.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Isn't Jack Grealish signed with Gucci?
Yeah, him as well. I mean, he's been poor all season. Imagine if you're a City fan, you spent 100 million on him. He's modelling for Gucci. Come on, man.
It never works. Honestly, it never works out well. As soon as players have these other interests, I mean, why do they need to do it? They're earning 200 grand a week. Why do you need to go and earn? You don't need to earn any more money.
No, you know what? Like, look, if you want to sign Gucci deals and that's fine. But the thing is, first and foremost, you're a football player, right? You're playing for a club. So, for example, I'm using Dominic Calvert-Lewin as an example because Everton could get relegated, and I respect Everton. Everton's a proper club, fantastic stadium, one of the best I've ever been to, Goodison Park. The atmosphere is fantastic. And he's modelling for Gucci, so he's showing more effort modelling and brushing his hair for them than putting in the goals for Everton. Evertonians should be fuming at him, honestly.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Like when you think if he's off doing a photo shoot with Gucci, it's like, mate, why aren't you in training,
working hard?
Yourself?
Yeah,
it's funny, isn't it? But at the end of, I suppose, at the end of the day, no matter what money's paid, they're just employees, aren't they? They won't do the overtime. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, I mean, what? Yeah. I mean, if you don't perform well, I mean, football's the only job. If you don't perform to the required standard that's required for your team, you still get away with it. If you do that in any other job, like, so what do you do, Mark? You're an electrician. So if you complete your job, right, to a terrible standard, your company or whatever it is, the client's not going to be happy, and you're not going to get another job potentially. So it's like, I'm a bricklayer. If I do a terrible job at laying bricks, I'm not going to get another client in the area, and it's going to affect my job. So footballers are lucky. Footballers are lucky.
They are. I couldn't agree more. Jamie C says, who is your Scottish team? He's Aberdeen.
I don't have, mate. I only have one team, Chelsea. I don't do all that second team stuff. But I mean, there's only one Scottish team, isn't it? It's Rangers, isn't it? I mean, Celtic. Who are they? Who's Celtic?
I tell you what.
Go on,
I watched the Old Firm. I watched the Old Firm game. Was it last weekend?
Yeah, Celtic won 3-1, 2-1. Yeah,
it was the most dire game of football I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's a one-off though, mate. Because you've got another Old Firm this weekend. I think the cup final, Scottish Cup semi-final. Old Firms are magic. They are magic, but
the atmosphere and everything's amazing. But the standard of the football's poor.
Scottish football's horrendous. It's horrendous. It just shows you why Celtic fans and Rangers fans are begging to come to the Premier League. But mate, this is how bad and I don't like this because football to me, people take it too far, right? If you walk into a Celtic bar in Glasgow and you've got a Rangers shirt on, you never knew it, right? You just walk in, have a pint, and you're wearing a Rangers shirt. It's not going to end well, and it works with if you wear a Celtic shirt in a Rangers bar, it's not going to work well. And that to me is like, you get football, people just take it too far. Like there's stabbings that goes on at the game.
Tribalism, mate.
Yeah,
that's what
stabbings
it is.
happen, and it's like, really, you're stabbing someone over a game of football, and you're putting them, you're risking their life, and for a game of football, seriously, that's what I'm saying. Some people just need to lay off the beer and just not watch football. Like, honestly, it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
No, and on that subject, David Wilson says, I don't watch football. Niece's visit on Sunday, and we have watched some women's football on after lunch on BBC Two. Way better game, in my opinion, mate. Absolutely, you know, it's whatever you're into, and women's football really is coming on. And David also said, while I remember, Lidl have Belgian beers next Thursday, including the usual 6-pack for £12. 12 quid, because you get some decent stuff in there, don't you? You get the Chimay. I think you get Chimay in there, and other Trappist beers. Really interesting, actually. Really interesting.
Mate, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I do not like Lidl or Aldi. I don't know what it is. It's just when I walk in the place, I just don't like it. I don't know what it is.
Mate, it's the only place where you can go in, come away with a broccoli and a set of seat covers for a Volvo, for a 1994 Volvo V70. It's so funny. It's so funny in there. Disco says, "Are you Disco in terms of Scottish favorite Scottish teams?" Disco says, "It used to be Hamilton for me, but that's academical now."
Disco, you jumping on me? You coming into the studio?
He's got to, and he's got to. Jamie C says, "Was watching an interview the other day with Jamal Musiala at Bayern. A great little player, and was eligible to play for England, but chose Germany instead." Mate,
can I tell you something about him? He used to be Chelsea's academy player. Yeah, that's another one we let go. So ouch. I mean, Chelsea's got a bit of a running record. I mean, it doesn't really bother me because we've been successful, but it bothers me in the fact that you should be seeing that potential in these players. Like that Jamal at Bayern, he's as Jamie says, great player, but one we let go for Bayern, and then he's obviously chose Germany over England, which isn't a bad option. You should be picking Germany over England. Just saying. But yeah, that's the way it is. Right, Marco, I just want to know, what's your thoughts on Gareth Southgate? Because for me, he's a yes man, and he needs to stop picking players that do well for him in the past. If England are going to do well, you need to get rid of that fraud. Honestly, England have one of the best national teams, and you should be doing a lot better than what you are.
I think I would agree. I think it would be really interesting to see when you look at players like Jared Bowen for West Ham that scored a goal. He scored a goal tonight, didn't he, in the quarterfinal? You know, some really good young British talent coming through. It would be interesting to see what he does at the World Cup. Players like Foden have kicked on. Grealish has regressed really this season, in my opinion. I mean, Sterling, what's he done this season? He's scored a few goals this season, to be fair. Sterling's not done too bad. But I don't know. I kind of agree. The problem is he's not a big name, is he? And he really... Oh, Chris is gone. There you go. But yeah, Gareth Southgate, don't know for me. Bit of a funny one. What's everybody drinking? I'm still on the Woodstock and it's blooming lovely. I'm really enjoying this weird minty thing that's going on. It's really, really quite nice. Boom. Here we go. Oh, here we go. He said he's got a phone call back in 10 minutes. Fair play. Jamie C says England should get Ryan Giggs, but nobody can trust him around their wives. Mate, that was bad, wasn't it? When all that come out, it was like every article I read, I was like, oh my God. Like, because they always just go, he's so squeaky clean and he's his best role model, blah, blah, blah. And all along he was getting around his brother's wife. And wasn't she going around the changing room as well or something? Someone was saying. I don't know. It's a horrible situation. Shouldn't be talking about someone or someone's wife like that. It's awful. But yeah, absolutely awful. Yeah, awful stuff. Awful stuff. There's no F1 this weekend, is there? I don't think there's any F1 this weekend. Trying to think. Don't think there's any F1 this weekend. Boom. There we go. Who have we got in tonight then? Say hello. Where are you from? Put where you're from in the chat because I I know we got a few people in. We got yeah. Just let me know where you're from. I'm from South Norfolk, and I'm originally from Kent. Actually, originally a Kent boy. Ended up in South Norfolk through a failed move to Australia. Weirdly, but yeah, I love it here. Absolutely love it here. We like what are we 20, 30 minutes from South Wales. Yeah, absolutely beautiful beaches, walks, Broad's lovely. Jamie C, she used to take him to the houses she was selling as an estate agent. Did she? Did you ever see that advert? That was it a Paddy Power advert with Rodri Giggs, obviously her ex-husband, and he opened up with, "I know a thing or two about loyalty." I watched, I was laughing. That was probably what, a couple of years ago now. But yeah, that's well snidey, isn't it? Like people, man, people. Yeah, oh man, absolutely insane. Is anyone doing any beer festivals this year? What beer festivals are you doing? There's loads, isn't there? You got the Great British Beer Festival in York. My town, well, my city of Norwich has a couple. I co-organise one, so that's my big one for the year. We do a 15-mile beer menu. So every beer we serve, 30 beers. Every beer we serve is within 15 mile or brewed within 15 miles of the town I live in. So yeah, mega. Like beer festivals. What are you doing? I'm certain that we're going to do Brew London this year. Absolutely certain. I do need to buy a ticket though, because I don't know if John. We were going to go with John from Lords. I think he was doing it, and then he pulled out. If he was here now, I'd probably speak to him, but I think he was going to be exhibiting. Is he exhibiting? I don't know, but if he isn't, I need to get a ticket because they're going to sell out, and then I'm going to be left high and dry. But yeah, anyone doing Brew London? Disco, you normally do Brew London, don't you? Or is it Rasco that does it? Oh, I am absolutely stuffed. We had a pulled pork burger. We had pulled pork buns, spare ribs, peas. Oh, it was lovely. Jamie Caesar's got a couple here in upstate New York lined up. No, I bet the beers are insane. I've never done an American beer festival. Never done one. Never ever done one. Disco says, when's your beer festival, Mark? It is the 24th and 25th of June. The Holston Beer Festival. HolstonBeerFestival.co.uk, I believe the website is. But yeah, brilliant little festival. Well, I'm biased, I'm going to say it, aren't I? But yeah, we've got caps on numbers, so the queues aren't insane for beer. Like you won't wait more than 5 minutes for a beer. But yeah, it's going to be a good night. My job, obviously, is selecting all the beers. I've got some bangers lined up. We're actually brewing one. I'm going to film it for the channel. We're going to brew one in the middle of May. We're going to brew a pale. We're going to brew a single hop. We need to decide on like exactly how we want it, but a single hop pale at Ampersand in Dis. I know the owner really well, Andy. He's just had a baby, actually. So not that he's watching, but congratulations, Andy and Amy. So yeah, we're gonna go and brew a beer. I'll film it for the channel, and then obviously serve it at the beer festival here. David Wilson says, "Hey, Brew London, have a season ticket for all days of the Great British Beer Festival and Beer Central in Brum. Beer Central? I've not heard of Beer Central. Talk to me, David. Talk to me. Beer Central." Jamie C says, trying to get in Finland too when we visit in the summer. Oh, mate, a Finnish beer festival. Oh, could you imagine some of the beers? Insane. Absolutely insane. Disco says, not booked it yet, but Rasco is on it. Decent. Yeah, I'm hoping to get there because I think this is the festival that most of like this community and other communities go to. So it'd be great to go there. And obviously, there's a lot of people I've met already, but many, many more that I haven't. So I'd look to Brew London as in like I'd go as much for the beer as it would be to meet everybody. But yeah, it sounds like I'm weeing, doesn't it? Can you hear that? There we go. Dave Wilson says, pay one price, drink as much as you can during a session in September. How much is it to get in? I'm going to Google this. What's it called? Beer Central in Brum. What, so you pay an entry and you drink as much as you can in the session? Beer Central, Birmingham. Buy tickets. I bet the tickets are pricey, but obviously if you're going to get straight on the beers, your ticket gets you entry to the session, all of your beers in the festival glass. Okay, so it's split up into sessions. So Saturday night. That's 54 quid. That is not bad. That is not bad. Luke John Frost, how you doing, mate? Are you in Coventry drinking Purity by any chance, Luke John Frost? I say no. That's Fridays, isn't it? And today is Thursday. I'm getting mixed up. Dave Warren says not cheap, but need to do a few MPs. 50 odd quid though. I mean, go to the Norwich Beer Fest. I think you're paying around about £4, £5 a pint. So, what you saying? That's a lot of beer in it. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Sharky says I pay once and drink all I want until the beer runs out. Sharky knows. Yeah, when you obviously being a home brewer, drinking homebrew beer, it's like 50 pence a pint in it or something. I mean, in today's world, that is insane. David Wilson says, I do Friday night at the beer festival and then I hit Brum on the Saturday. Birmingham is meant to be a really good beer town. But beer city. Really, really good beer city, isn't it? I went to Birmingham weirdly a lot 10 years ago. And obviously way before my beer sort of interest peaked. So I missed out on it. I was just up, is it Broad Street in Birmingham? That nutty street where everyone gets absolutely smashed up. Sharky says some beer festivals here you pay once and get unlimited pours. They pour about 100 mils. Oh my days! It's like a mouthful, isn't it? That is a mouthful. 100 mils. That's weird. I've talked about it before on the channel, I know, but talking about pouring small beers, back in the day, I went to Munich and it was all Steins and it was all great, you know, in your beer halls doing the old umpire dancing and all the rest of it with your Steins. But you get to the bottom half of the Stein, and it's pretty dire, isn't it? Then when we went to Cologne, Chris is in the basement. One sec, Chris. When we went to Cologne, they give you 250 milliliter glasses, and then every time your glass goes below half, they'll just put a new one down without you even asking. They've got this like big double-decker tray thing, and you've always got fresh beer. That's the whole idea behind it. And every beer they drop you, they tally your sheet off. It's a really good way of doing it. Chris is back. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I had a phone call, mate, but I'm back now. Sorry for cutting you short, mate. Was it Southgate you were talking about? Yeah, sorry for cutting you short.
I think that the chat decided Southgate is the man. He still turns them on. Football's coming home again.
Come on, no, you know what? Right? I don't want to. I'll just spend a minute just saying about Southgate. Right, my issue with Southgate is right, and I mean I'm loving it because I think that Southgate, if you keep Southgate, you're not going to win anything, and I'll tell you why. It's because look, I know he's got you to the semi-final of the World Cup. He got you to the final of the Euros, and I mean, in my opinion, you've got one of the best. You're in the top three for me national teams in terms of talent. That's without a doubt. For me, my issue with Southgate is when he's picking players that have done well for him in the past. Which, look, if he wants to do that, that's up to him. But for me, if I was a manager in a national team, I would be picking players based on form. Now, for me, Harry Maguire, right? I know he's done well for you in the past for England. In a Man United shirt, he's absolutely horrendous.
It's dire.
He is horrendous. So how does he get in ahead of players like Tomori, who's performing in the Serie A? That's what I'm saying. And to be honest, Gareth Southgate lost you that Euros. When Luke Shaw scored against Italy, for some reason, why are you sitting back? You've got the momentum. You've just scored an early goal. Push for the second. Push for the third. Italy were there for the taking. And for me, you just pushed off. So for me, I just think that Southgate is just a bit of a... I don't like him. I just think he's a bit of a tool. But hey-ho, if he wins you the World Cup, that's going to change my opinion, isn't it?
He won't. I don't. I think that Brazil side's scary. I think they'll be one of the favourites going
I reckon I always back Germany. I reckon Spain. I don't know what it is about Spain. Something's telling me Spain. I don't know. France. They seem to be the ideally one, but we'll see. Scotland. Don't forget Scotland, mate.
You got to qualify, yeah.
But yeah, well, potentially in the same group as England. Potentially in the same group.
Yeah,
England, Iran.
yeah.
Who is it? England, Iran, and who? USA.
Wales,
That's the
isn't
one.
it?
Oh no, yeah. So it's between us, Ukraine, and Wales. Whoever wins goes into that group. But the group has what? England, Iran, USA, as it stands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Scotland's going to win the World Cup, lads. Let's go.
Dave Wilson says, "Oh, if you go to Brum, I can tell you where to go, mate. I may need some advice because, yeah, I'm going to be in Birmingham at least 5 nights, Friday nights in the next 12 months for something. Luke John Frost says, not tonight, pal. I've just finished an 18-hour, so sat at home debating whether a 4 a.m. start tomorrow is good for the soul. Sack it off." Don't bother. Do not bother. David says, "Hi, Shark. That's what they do at Beer Central. Great way to try lots." Okay, fair enough. Do you find the queues are big, though? You're not queuing a lot? I don't know. Sharky says, "Yeah, but these festivals may have up to 100 breweries, if not more." Okay, so maybe the queues aren't big. If I'm drinking 100 millilitres, I want to walk up to the bar and get 100 millilitres because that's just a time-wasted exercise, isn't it, to my mind? Sharky says, "Dave Wilson, absolutely fair enough." Luke John Frost is one for you, Chris. Anyone know the Chelsea score from the other night? Asking for a friend. Southgate, Middlesbrough in his blood.
Well, I mean, what Middlesbrough fans are talking about the Champions League. I mean, I can tell you about the Chelsea Middlesbrough game in the FA Cup if you want. We can talk about that. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
So it is, isn't it? So it is.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Stan the man. How you doing, Stan the man?
How's the beer, Mark? How's the beer?
The beer is really, really good. Really, I'm really enjoying it. Really, really good. I put it in the fridge as well, so it's lovely and it's chilled but not too cold. Stan the man, welcome to the chat, mate. He says, "I've got an hour left at work, then home for a cold one." Come on, Stan. Are you working Easter, Stan? Is this your last shift? Please tell me it's your last shift. Yeah, come on, mate. It's nearly there. Dave Wilson says, "Rarely queue. Lots of breweries can stand to the side and chat whilst they serve." Oh, fair play. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, that's fine. I just thought maybe if it was a small amounts, it would be a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, decent if you don't have to queue. That's what I enjoyed about BeerX. You'd walk up to a bar, any of the bars, there were like 8 bars, 9 bars at BeerX, all separated into region, and you'd go and get your beer.
Speaking of BeerX, Mark, right? Because you know how you said you mentioned me in the video, right? I still can't find it. So
right, I think it's actually the first video because I said it was the second one. We went.
Yeah, the second one, right? Because obviously you and Paul are at the bar, right? This is the bit that you said where I'm thinking, okay, so they're at the Scottish bit because the different sections, wasn't it? So you had the Scotland, you had the Midlands, right? So you're at the Scotland bit, and obviously you say you're at the Scottish bar. Now this is where I'm saying, oh, this is where he must say, oh, big up Chris or whatever.
No, I think it's the first video, man.
Yeah,
I think
I'll look at the first one. I'll look at the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, have a little look. Where are we? I'm certain it was the first video. Because I was saying to you the second video, wasn't I? Because you were saying, mate, I can't find it.
The part two, yeah.
But I think it was the first video. I walked in and I was like, we're just heading to Scotland. I went, "You're right, Chris."
Yeah.
Where are we? I'm certain it was. Yeah, it was here. Ready? Hold on.
And we have arrived here in Scotland. You're right, Scottish boys.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah, so it was the first one then. Yeah, because I was saying to myself, I kept looking back in case I missed anything in the second one.
Yeah, mate, it was the first one. I do apologise. Luke John Frost says, "Only 10 hours for me tomorrow." Sounds good to me. Insane. If anyone's watching,
wow.
Yeah, I know, he's insane. If anyone has never had beer from the northeast of England, check out Luke's beer shop, Drunken Duckling Drinks Emporium. Luke runs it, small little independent beer shop, and he does some cracking beers at the insane prices as well. I was well impressed. Luke Stan the man says, "I wish, mate, in all day Saturday, but I'll be bladdered on Sunday defo." What'd you do, Stan the man, if you're working Saturday? You're savage, man. Honestly, like, you're not working, Chris. I suppose you got a bit of time off now, haven't you?
Yeah, no clients for the weekend because everyone seems to be going to the pubs and getting having a good time, which I don't blame them. But yeah, I'm off, mate, which is good because I don't get much time off. I'm constantly working. And obviously, the thing is, you get late messages as well from clients. It's like, oh, can you do this bit of work and all that? I'm like, yeah, but it's worth the money, but it's just a bit annoying, isn't it? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I imagine, I don't know if you're the same, but it's like the construction trade pays well, but it's annoying, very, very annoying.
Yeah, I find that there's a lot of the times. It sounds so bad to say this, but I'm being honest. There's a lot of times where I just don't want the work. Like
Yeah.
if someone will offer me work and it'll mean I've got to work a Sunday, I'm like, nah, I just don't want it. Like I've got like a family now. Do you know what I mean? Like I know I just don't want to work all the hours.
Which is understandable, because obviously, you've got responsibilities. For me, I feel if I say I can't be arsed, it's like I have to come up with an excuse, because obviously I don't have like a family yet in it, so it's like I can easily I can do the job, but I just feel like, nah, it's a Sunday. No, it's a Sunday. It's a day of rest. Just go to sleep. I'll do it tomorrow. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do in it. So.
Nah, man, I totally agree. David Wilson says there's also the London Craft Beer Festival in August. Again, all-inclusive price. I've heard about the London Craft Beer Festival. I'll have to have a look at that. Here he is, Paul's Beer Reviews. How you doing, Paul? I hope you are, mate. He says, hello, Marky boy. Just checking in before hitting the sack. I've got a long one scheduled tomorrow too, Luke, so I feel your pain. Cheers all. And I believe, if Paul's still in, Paul, are you doing a live tomorrow? I believe Paul is going to do a live tomorrow.
Can I just ask Paul a quick question? I just wonder when Tottenham's going to win a trophy again. I just wonder, because it seems to be a lifetime since the last one. Just let me know, mate.
It is a lifetime, isn't it? What is the last trophy they won?
2008, I think, against us.
Luke Frost says, I get Monday afternoon off. Doesn't sound much, but then again, I probably won't be doing much. No, I can't. You need to take more time off, Luke. You work like a dog, mate. Dave Wilson says, hi, Paul. And Luke John Frost says, I feel for you, Paul. I do insane hours in the hope for early retirement, lol. Mate, I'll tell you what. No disrespect, Chris, because I'm using an example as an example. You can work all the hours God sends, but if you want a life to enjoy the fruits of your labour,
that's what I say. That's what I always say as well. You've got to enjoy your work, and you've got to enjoy it. If you get to the point like where you're working and you hate it, I don't understand people that work jobs they hate. Like, if you hate the job, well, I can understand it to the point of paying well. If you're in a job that you hate but it pays well, then I can understand it. But I always want to enjoy what I do in it. If you don't enjoy it, sack it off and go do what you want to do in it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm long past. I used to work 7 days a week, every week. I'm long past that now. I've got my house, so I live comfortably. I have things. I've got no desire to have Ferraris and stuff like that. That's kind of where I am. Sharky says, I will do a live, but most of you will be asleep. I caught a Sharky live the other day because my daughter woke up really early and I caught a Sharky live. Il Corbe says, nothing wrong with that, Mark. You work to live, you don't live to work, mate. I couldn't agree more. I've got, like, it depends on his personal situation, innit? Like, I just don't need to work any more hours than I do over 5 days. I've got a family now. Like, do you know what I mean? It's one of them things. Paul says, yeah, you got to get the dollar whilst it's there. Yeah, I used to have that attitude, Paul, but I don't know. Maybe I'll fall on my sword one day. I don't know, but I'm kind of past that now. Luke John Frost says, I'm up, Sharky lads. Yeah, Luke's always up. Luke's got insomnia, I swear to God. He sleeps about 2 hours a day. That's it. But yeah, there we go. So who have Chelsea got at the weekend, Chris?
Palace Sunday, FA Cup semi-final, and then the next game will be in the Premier League on Wednesday against the biggest moaners in the league that like to get games called off. That's right. It's the rubbish. It's the terrible Arsenal Football Club on Wednesday. Yeah. Honestly, mate, like, as you know, I hate Arsenal and I hate Spurs, but Arsenal for me, like they got games called. You know, remember when the COVID thing came around the football?
Yeah.
And it came, right. So see Arsenal, right? The whole point.
When it Arsenal versus Tottenham.
Yeah, they got that game called off because they were too scared of playing Tottenham, right? Which I don't know why, because Tottenham get beat everywhere they go. But anyways, right, in regards to Arsenal, right, the whole point of the whole COVID thing was you only get a game called off if you had the COVID issues. They were getting the games called off because they said they didn't have any players. The next day, they're loaning out players, right? So how can you have the cheek to say you don't have any players, but you're loaning out players left, right, centre? You've got a cheek. And then Mikel Arteta, like last week or 2 weeks ago, oh, I can't believe the fixture congestion. Don't get games called off then, mate. Don't be a crybaby. Get on with it, man. Honestly,
It's true. It's true.
That's Arsenal for you, mate.
Luke John Frost says staff get paid more, but at least creating jobs is a good thing. All good for the soul is working every hour. I don't know if I share that sentiment, Luke, but that's probably why you'll be a richer man than I will ever be. Paul's Beer Review says, won't be alive tomorrow, unfortunately. I've had my evening planned for me.
Have you noticed how he's not answering my question as well when I asked him about the trophies? I just want to know, mate, when you think they're going to win it again.
But I don't know how to take that, Paul. Is the Easter Bunny coming to visit, or is it? Because I know your brother's over, isn't he? But yeah, fair enough, mate. I'm sure John or Tom will be all over that. I am sure. But right, lads and ladies, I'm absolutely shot to bits. I've had a right week of it with the daughter having COVID. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's a short one tonight. But I'm absolute toast. I don't know if it looked at the camera like my eye. I'm just peaky as hell.
Yeah, you look knackered, mate. You look knackered.
Mate, I just feel like, honestly, I'm in bits. Thanks so much for coming in, guys. I really appreciate it. If I don't, I probably will see you. I'll probably join a live tomorrow, or I'll do one if no one else is doing one. But if I don't see you tomorrow, have a lovely, lovely Easter weekend, and eat all the chocolate, and yeah, have a good time. Right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Chris, any lasting words?
No, mate, it was a pleasure to be on the channel, mate. Just keeping you company, obviously chatting football and left whatever else. My heart attack, what I had last week. And also to everybody, yeah, just enjoy your weekend. Drink as much as you can and have a good one.
Right, I'll get this last couple of comments. Luke John Frost says, I've got more trophies in my shed than Chelsea, but hey, someone has to support them.
Well, I noticed you never mentioned Middlesbrough in terms of trophies, mate. Yeah, Middlesbrough, how are they doing?
Paul's Beer Review says, cheers, Mark. Hala Madrid.
Oh, yeah, congratulations, Madrid's in the next one, yeah.
David also says, the night all, wishing you a speedy recovery, Chris.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Have a good one, David.
And then Sharky says, have a good Easter, everyone. Sharky, absolutely, mate. Thanks for coming in. And, I'll see you very soon, guys. Cheers. This is the awkward bit now.